Howdy folks, Jeff here. We're out here at AAPEX 2017 and we've stopped in the Redline detection booth. And y'all might know it as Redline or you might know it as Redline detection. But we're right here with Mark Hawkins. How you doing today, Mark?
Great, how are you?
Good. Now we're talking about some machines here that I have actually used myself. What is this one called, Mark?
That's the Redline Smoke Pro Total Tech. That's our best-selling machine.
Now, why does a shop need one of these?
Well, every mechanic with every vehicle has leaks that they have to find. This saves, headaches, multiple minutes in finding those leaks.
And basically what we're talking about is when the check engine light comes on and you hook your computer into it and we talk about that we have an emission leak problems, we can hook this into the emission system.
Yep, it's first and foremost for emission leak testing.
And it's real basic and simple. You put the smoke in, and when the smoke comes out, that's your leak.
Exactly. But not only can you do it with a emission test leaking, but you can do intake test leaking, like for lean codes, which is a real big problem. And I have to say that machine is almost used more for those type of intake tests and exhaust leak tests than any other use for it.
Because a lot of times we'll come up and we'll have an oxygen code, and really it has to do with it's leaking the intake or something.
It's getting excess oxygen, unmetered air, into the intake system, causing an air-fuel mixture problem.
And so when we talk about unmetered air, we're basically plugging this unit in where the air filter, where the air starts coming in.
Right after the air intake, right at the air box. And basically you're filling that big void, the intake duct, and you're testing the whole system after that.
And so anywhere's here, if we have a gasket leaking, if we have a hose leaking, and that's the hardest deal, is there's so many hoses as lines on a vehicle.
Right.
It's like, how do you tell if this is worn or brittle or cracked?
Exactly. And as years go by, these engines are getting more and more complicated. So, and they're covered up with everything. They're compact, they're covered, lots of plastic. And heat and plastic makes things bend, brittle, and break. And so you can find those leaks really quick.
And then we start getting some leaks. You put this in, guys, it's just as easy as there's the leak where the smoke's coming out. It's like a no-brainer. Yes. But you can use this machine for other things. We can put it back in the exhaust system and fill the exhaust system and come up and be able to check exhaust manifold.
Yeah, exhaust manifolds, any of the joints, even leaks around the threaded joint on the O2 sensor itself.
Which would cause?
Which would cause air-fuel mixture issues. Yes, lean code.
There's all kinds of deals. Now we can also use this, and you said on any closed system.
Correct.
But also a lot of guys don't know, if a customer comes in and they say, hey, I got a wind noise, we can actually turn on the air conditioner and the fan on the inside, fill the vehicle, and then go around the edge of the outside around the door frame.
Correct. Yeah, you pressurize the system with the car itself. You turn the key on, the engine's off, turn the dashboard fan on high, you have fresh air in, it pressurizes that cabin. Close all the doors and windows, work from the outside, and find those leaks in the cracks. What happens is that pressurized air escapes from the crack, the leak, and it deflects the smoke direction.
And so you see it. And this is the basic unit. This uses the shop air that you already have off your compressor. It just hooks up to the battery. Yeah. And it comes with the different adapters that you can plug into your intake, the adapters you can plug into your exhaust.
Comes with an accessory kit, so you can hook up to any car or truck, whether it be emission side, intake, or exhaust side.
And what does this unit go for?
That retails for $1,199, but obviously you have your local distributor or tool salesman, and obviously you can get a good deal from him.
So we can get this off of the tow truck?
Tow truck, any parts source. Everybody carries this tool because it's a professional grade tool made by mechanics for mechanics.
And folks, I've used this thing works. Now what I did was, this one runs off of shop air, and so I have actually bumped up to this one. And what is this one called?
This one is the Smoke Pro Air Complete.
And when he says air complete, it's because you can pick this up and walk out to the car that's in the parking lot. You can move this from one bay to the other, and it has its own compressor and everything.
Correct. You only have to hook that particular model up to 12 volt. It has its own internal compressor. It's whisper quiet. It's surgical grade compressor inside. It'll last for years, but you can literally take it with you out in the field, wherever. However, that's been always a great tool for dealerships. Dealerships tend to buy that particular tool because it's a tool that lasts a long time, easy and quicker to hook up. You're not dragging that compressed air hose all over the place, maybe scratching up a car. They don't want that, so they go to that. It has an expanded accessory kit, so you can do more with it for more different vehicles.
And when he's talking about dealerships, guys, it's if you have several technicians and you have multiple bays, this is a great one because you're just moving it around. You're not having to use another air hose, and like he says, dragging it on the car, dragging it across where somebody might trip or whatever. I really like this unit. This is the unit that I have. They all work off of the same, just regular baby oil, mineral oil?
Mineral oil. Yeah, pharmaceutical grade mineral oil. You can buy it at Walmart. It's very inexpensive. It's perfect. You can breathe it. You can put it, drink it. It's perfectly safe.
So if we're pumping the smoke out, we're not worried about toxic fumes.
Correct.
And then the other thing is you can also, they have an adapter right here that goes on the gas tank, the filler valve.
Right. This is called Easy Evap. It's a filler neck connector, and what it does is you can do emission testings directly through the filler neck. Take off the fuel cap, apply the adapter, attach the smoke hose to it, and do your evap testing very quick and easy right through the filler neck.
And a lot of times that's because you might have the seal up on the gas tank. The fuel pumps are all in the gas tanks now, and you might have that seal leaking up there, or you might have they have rollover valves and they have little pressure valves up on top. And sometimes your leak is up in that area, and so it just eliminates it. It pinpoints it down closer.
Correct. Sometimes with that rollover valve, you have to check the filler neck side. You can't, because if you check it from the purge valve in front of the car, it will not carry all the way through to the top of the filler neck. So sometimes you do, certain model cars, you have to go both directions.
So folks, they've thought about a lot of this, and that's why I really wanted to show this product. That's why I really wanted to show you ones that I've used, ones that I've actually would recommend. And here we are at Redline with Mark. And so, as always, folks, we appreciate you watching, and thanks a lot.